Welcome, guys, to the first episode of Fight Friday. So, as you can see, I'm a big UFC fan, and this session is actually dedicated to uh, combat sports, including UFC and uh, MMA, I guess boxing. I can't do every and anything related to fights, combat sports. We got some awesome content today, so without further delay, let's talk about it.
Hey guys, this is Shubham Gautam. Welcome to Let's Talk About It.
Okay, so I again messed up. Like this is going on for every week, and hopefully you can hear me now. I had the issue of muting myself all the time. Oh, I do need to maintain a checklist for everything. I think we have to start again. As I was saying, this is a Fight Friday. We'll be talking about combat sports, different players. Yeah, got some disturbance. Hopefully, from this time we don't have any issues. We'll have a smoother stream. I made some setting changes. I go back to my setup and yeah, spend some time to make it go smoother for you guys. See how the stream goes. Okay, so the first topic of the day is on McGregor. I mean, um, every every if you're talking about UFC, if you're talking about combat sports, you just cannot not talk about Conor McGregor. At least for me, he was the person who made me interested about at least UFC. I mean, मुझे पहले interest था boxing में and taekwondo martial art, but UFC I never felt like had that connection. Like UFC is all about for me is like they're mixing everything and so sports quality will be won't that good. But the moment Conan shows up, like I started watching Conan, it was a different experience at all. Yeah, he was boxer turned MMA fighter, and he was fluid like water. I mean, अगर आप इनिशियल डेज में कॉनर मैकग्रेगर को देखोगे तो आपको कुछ कुछ ब्रूस ली की याद आएगी. He was lean and thin. There's no stiffness around his body, and he is so smooth in fighting. Uh, but things have changed currently. I mean, he's not at his best. Uh, if you go back 3 4 years in time and meet a Conor McGregor, he was in different level. Like uh, वो उस टाइम मुझे लगता था कि he can go in any category and just demolish the other person, and he did it. Like we'll be seeing his highlights today, and you will get to know like what kind of a fighter he is. Actually, we should start with his top five knockout. That will be the right way to go. Okay, so
No fear, I'm standing right here, eyes peer with my mind clear, never look rear, only
for his trash talk, especially for his
so
knockouts. What makes him such a popular fighter among fans is his ability to date. And Conor's fight with lightweight Ivan Butchinger took place on December 31st, 2012 in the Cage Warriors promotion. The fight would be for
So this fight was from his initial days, जब वो इतना famous नहीं हुआ था. When he didn't even debut to UFC. But there's one more fight. I'm not sure whether it's here or not. At that time, he didn't have this beard and all. He just knocked the other person down in one shot. He did it UFC too. Like Jose Aldo goes ने एक shot में just one punch and was him lying in the floor. Aldo. And Aldo is like one of the best MMA fighter ever produced, ever. And beating him in a one knock is really a difficult thing. You need to be really a powerful person to do. Okay, don't waste your
the
time.
lightweight
Go back.
championship, giving McGregor the opportunity to become the first fighter to hold 2 belts in the promotion simultaneously. Conor would make good on that opportunity by starching Ivan in 3 minutes of the first round with a huge left hook, claiming the Cage Warriors lightweight title. It would mark Conor's last fight in the Cage Warriors.
Something about Conor McGregor, he's a southpaw. When he do MMA, he's orthodox fighter. Like he uses a lot of like his right body front side and body is back side. Sorry, the left body is front side and right body is back side. Normal like any orthodox player. But when he is boxing, right? When he was earlier he was a boxer, and then he moved to change his profession to MMA fighter. That time he was southpaw. He used his left hand as a power punch.
Warrior promotion before entering the UFC octagon, simultaneously making history as the first fighter to hold 2 titles in the Cage Warrior promotion. After defeating Ivan Butchinger in devastating fashion, McGregor would move up to the big leagues, making his UFC debut in April of 2013. His debut would see him paired off against UFC featherweight veteran Marcus Brimage. McGregor seemed to be unfazed despite this being his first fight in the UFC, and made quick work of Marcus Brimage, flattening him in only 67 seconds, making an impressive and memorable UFC debut.
Looking to finish it here. This is why everyone's been talking about Conor McGregor.
The fight would also see McGregor famously ask Dana for 60 grand.
So this is one of the quality of McGregor which made him famous. He was not just a good fighter; he was a good entertainer overall. He got a big mouth. Hamisha he was like talking rough to everyone, not just to the fighters, even to Dana White. Uh, He there's a fearless image of his, and initially, at least in initial days, when if you're a bad mouth, but you are achieving your points, like you're doing things whatever you're talking about, so people respect you, and that's why he got so famous. Like I don't think so. The amount of money he made in UFC, uh, any players have ever made. He's still like the probably like how do I define that? Like means every UFC player, every debutant want to be Conor McGregor, at least money wise. He's in that level right now. Uh, see, in the first fight, he's asking for 60 grand, and now his fights pay per view goes in millions, like 403 millions he got a fight. So you can imagine how his journey was from 60 grand. And I think he started with 10 grand or 7 grand to millions for a fight. Unimaginable.
UFC 189 was originally scheduled for Aldo to face McGregor for the featherweight belt, but due to rib injury, Aldo would end up pulling out, with number 1 featherweight contender Chad Mendes coming in as a last-minute replacement. Up until that point, Conor had never faced an experienced wrestler. With Conor being primarily a stand-up fighter, this left many questioning how Conor would fare against the former NCAA wrestler Chad Mendes. Like many of McGregor's fights, there was no shortage of trash talk between him and his opponent.
Alright, I'm 5'6".
You're 5'4" at least.
Three inches taller than me, buddy.
You should stand up because we can barely
Yeah.
see you on the screen.
Connor, do you know what wrestling is?
I
Have
could
you ever
rest
been
my balls on your
double-leg?
forehead.
Yeah, I know. So,
During the fight, Chad would show some success
That was the thing about Conor. He was always coming up with some funny, humiliating things. And later on his career, any recent fight with Habib and all, it really went bad. Probably we'll cover it. Let's see.
with his wrestling, taking advantage of Conor's inexperienced ground game and landing elbows from the top position.
Slashing elbow by Mendez.
Conor weathered the storm, getting back to his feet and wearing Chad down with several body shots.
So another hard shot to the body. Chad's hurt. Chad's body's hurt.
The knockout finish would come in the second round, with seconds left on the clock. Conor landed his signature left hook to send Chad down, finishing him with a few follow-up shots to become the interim featherweight champion.
And now, the new interim UFC featherweight champion.
This was the fight of the year. Jose Aldo is the greatest fighter, and the way he lost this match was unimaginable. No one was betting on like this match. People are counting on McGregor, but they didn't thought that it will over so soon.
Conor McGregor vs. Jose Aldo was set to be the biggest featherweight bout in UFC history. The fight was originally scheduled to go down at UFC 189, with the two promoting their fight on a world tour. Unfortunately, a rib injury would force Aldo out, with Conor taking on last-minute replacement Chad Mendes for the interim title. Conor finished Chad inside of 2 rounds, going on to win the interim title and being rescheduled to fight Aldo at UFC 194 in December. Jose Aldo was undefeated in the UFC at the time, and hadn't lost in over a decade. There was no shortage of bad blood between the two, as Conor unleashed an onslaught of insults on Aldo during the build-up to the fight.
Look into my eyes, little man. Little Brazilian. Ooh, vamos, hey. Let's go a little bit closer. Don't touch. Closer, let's go closer. I want to smell his pussy.
The mental warfare clearly worked in Conor's favor, and it appeared the pressure was getting to Aldo. Stepping into the cage, Aldo looked
So this is the game of McGregor. Right? Just doesn't play inside the ring. Um, he'll beat you inside the ring, but he'll also play with your mind. The moment he'll figure out who is going to be his next opponent, उसी दिन से he will start calling him names. He will start saying things to him wherever possible, like कहीं पे भी social media हो, they're meeting somewhere, physical places. Uh, you know, basically वो अपनी uh, आप छोड़ने आता था उसको then कि I'm something bigger than you, whom you gonna fight. तो एक आपका mental stress आता है कि already fighter से पहले कि now मुझे जीतना ही है. You're like very angry towards the match. So and McGregor is always cool, calm when he's fighting. So उसको वो problem नहीं रहती है. But he destroyed a person mentally so much. Either he's going to destroy McGregor or he's going to lose it big time. And this is his fights are all about. Like if you in a nutshell, if you see the fights of Conor McGregor, he have either won like anything except the Diaz fight. Nate Diaz fight was in next level. Uh, Probably if you get a chance, we'll review that. It's amazing fight to watch. If you are a UFC fan, you have to watch the Nate Diaz versus McGregor fights. It's in 2 parts. He fought him 2 times. Hopefully there will be a third time also. But moving on, let's see the Aldo fight.
visibly tense and anxious. The fight would be a short one for Aldo, with McGregor knocking out Aldo in 13 seconds.
Jose
13 seconds.
Aldo Jr. Conor relaxed and smiling. Oh no! Just slapped him! Just slapped
I'm not sure whether you have caught it or not. It was so fast. Let me play it again.
13 seconds. Aldo, with McGregor knocking 13 seconds.
Jose Aldo Jr. Conor relaxed and smiling. Oh no! Just slapped him!
One hit knockdown, kind of like a one punch man. He'll play it slower, So you can see the punch. Here it comes. Here it comes. So Jose moved towards McGregor. He's gonna hit him in the face, and McGregor ने figure out कर लिया था कि he's getting a punch from the right side, but he have a better opportunity. So he hit him from left side before that, and he become unconscious. Like एक मुक्का ही काफी था उसको destroy करने के लिए.
In November of 2016, Conor would make his lightweight debut.
So after this match, he became a legend. He was not just a normal fighter anymore. And Alvarez is also like one of the greatest in UFC fight history. So this is again like after Aldo fight, Conor McGregor, whomever he fought, was a big person. He's not following any newbie or some small time guy.
Challenging lightweight champion Eddie Alvarez for the title, with the goal to become the first ever two-weight world champion. This was a controversial move by the UFC, granting Conor an immediate title shot given he had never fought at lightweight before. This would also mark the first time the UFC had held an event at Madison Square Garden, after a long-time MMA ban was finally lifted from the state of New York. The build-up to the fight followed a similar recipe like many other Conor McGregor fights. Plenty of trash talk, explosive moments, and mental warfare.
Be careful. I have nothing against Edward. Oh, whoa. Oh, whoa. Careful. What you gonna do? You gonna do something over there? Be careful. Shut your fucking mouth. Shot. One round you're gonna.
You ain't got a shot.
One round
your coach knows you ain't got a shot.
One round.
And anybody who knows anything about
Fuck
fighting
you and your
knows you
coach.
ain't.
So this match was about title versus title. Whoever will win this, going with two UFC titles. First time anyone going to do that. So एडी अल्वेज के लिए भी एक बहुत बड़ी अपॉर्चुनिटी थी ये. अगर वो ये मैच जीतेगा तो he'll get two titles. The first person to carry two titles in the UFC. And similarly, this opportunity was for huge for McGregor also. Because now they will be written in history कि who अगर हम कोई भी काम देख रहे हैं, the first person who did it उसका नाम हो जाता है. Everyone remembers. So that's the point to write their name on the cement brick.
Like opponents, Eddie looked visibly worn down as he entered the octagon on fight night. Although McGregor was only the slight favorite, he showed a massive gap between their skills, dominating the fight and throwing Eddie off of his game. Conor would drop him several times in the first round and finish him in the second with an incredible four-punch combination.
Loose, getting better here in this round, though. Oh, man, until then, he's done. He's done. It is all over.
If you guys enjoyed the video, let me know by leaving a like and subscribing. Thanks so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed the video, let me know by leaving a like and subscribing.
And just like that, McGregor became the legend. Uh, so the story doesn't end here. This is the story of rising of McGregor. Like any rising, there's a fall. It happened with McGregor too. तो अगर हम स्टैट्स देखते हैं मैकग्रेगर की so you see till Jose Aldo, right? When he didn't lost in a single match. In this match is one of the epic match, like Diaz versus Conor McGregor, where he lost it. Is round two, where he won it. So every fight fan, like every UFC fight fan, is waiting for the round three. He is equalizer, right? दोनों एक एक पे हैं. So who will win the final? And Nate Diaz was suspended because he got up marijuana. I'm not sure when he'll be fighting next, but the day it will happen, it's going to be like one of the biggest event. I think Dana White definitely wants this event because he'll be making a lot of money. होता है कि नहीं पता. And then he lost to Khabib. Uh, I'm not gonna spell his second. Spell it out. Khabib is like one of the beasts. Yeah. I mean, there was a soft corner in me who wanted to, uh, who wanted Conor to win, but after his fight with Eddie Alvarez, जैसे behave किया and the way he was practicing, the way his form was, we knew that he's not going to win this. The way it happened with Floyd Mayweather also. So before this Khabib match, Conor became a star after Eddie Alvarez match, and he became like a legend, and he started feeling so powerful. He challenged Floyd Mayweather. Let's do a fight. There was a lot of trash talking going on between both of them, and not both of them actually. Floyd Mayweather was mostly silent. It was just from the corner side. But what happened is they did a boxing match, and clearly Conor McGregor was not ready for a world level boxer. Floyd Mayweather, आप अगर जानते नहीं होंगे तो he haven't lost a single match in his career. So I think he fought around 50 matches till now, and he have fought like the legends of boxing and have not lost a single. So उसका एक match है with Manny Pacquiao, and that is the most controversial match of his career because if you'll watch it, means if you're a boxing fan, you should watch that match. अगर आपने अभी भी time है, just watch Floyd Mayweather versus Manny Pacquiao match. It's a very controversial match, but सबको लगा था, including me, कि Pacquiao मैच जीत चुका है, but in the end referee ने उसको draw नहीं. I think in the end Floyd Mayweather को as a winner announce किया था, and काफी लोग disappointed हुए थे इस मैच से, like तो वो लोग बोले थे कि फिक्स था, क्या था पता नहीं. But जो भी है, there's no doubt कि Floyd Mayweather is a very like he's one of the greatest boxer in his division. Uh, a UFC player fighting a boxer in a boxing ring without practice, we all know what's gonna happen. Same thing happened. Conor lost. And the thing is that match was very funny. You see, uh, Conor was totally out of his shape. His punches was not, well, the punches were not right. Like the shape was different. You say it's like very funny to watch. So, exactly. And look at the stance of McGregor. Look at the punches of McGregor. He's not even comfortable with that. The reason he did that because he was making a lot of money. Even though he lost it, he made 100 millions. So उसे क्या करना था? जाके बस वहां खड़ा होना था. अरे जीता तो 100 millions के पॉकेट में आ रहे in the end of the day. At the end of the day, all he just no need to go over there and stand. And that's what he did. He actually just was standing and throwing his hand like a newbie. Like मुझे थोड़ी उम्मीदें थी क्योंकि he had a background of boxing. He will not be like a professional boxer, but at least he will show some kind of sports, right? But it was a painfully frustrating match to watch Conor like that. I mean, I lost some respect that day. I didn't watch UFC after that till the last thing, till the last Amanda Nunes fight. Yeah. But I think उसको भी realize हो चुका है कि what he did in the past. Probably he's coming back in shape. Maybe next fight we'll expect something. But the last match, I mean, the last match McGregor had, he performed better than the very last match, like the Khabib match. But was not looking like the old McGregor, you know. You start watching the if you look at the older matches of McGregor or Abhi compare करेंगे, then you can see a clear difference. He was so fluid in the earlier days. He was so controlling in the earlier matches, and these days he's not looking comfortable at all. That's like he's doing for fight money only, and that is the one of the thing. He might be doing it for money. He's getting he's a brand now. He's getting millions for matches like that. I, it is in the last match I think he Poirier. Poirier. See, Dustin Poirier is looking very good shape these days. I want to see more fights of his. Very disclosed versus. So McGregor lost that match. Even though he lost that match, he made 5 million. Poirier won the match, still he made 1 million. And that's how sports work, like, combat sports work. You need to make your brand name, then only you'll make some money. I mean, these people, you know, like Gervonta Davis, Ryan Garcia, Manny Pacquiao, Floyd Mayweather. There's a handful names, you know, कि आप इन लोग गिन सकते हो कि कितने लोग हैं जो बहुत ही extreme famous हैं. And they make good amount of money for their fights. But all the people who are like below 10 rank or below 15 ranks, they don't get much payment. They hardly get like 10K or 15K or 20K for a match, even though they come like top 30, 40 in the all of the world. And in that payment, they have to pay for their promoters, they have to pay for their coaches. Um, Everyone is just waiting to like reach, have this that top shot, like fighting in the number two and number three position or world championship title. Once they get that, then they start getting some amount of money. And UFC, it's becoming more and more tougher to make money for the players because earlier the UFC player can promote for different brands. So they can promote their local brands, they can promote the international brands, anything. There's no contract for the UFC players to not promote anything. But I think few years back, maybe 2018, I'm not sure. So Reebok have taken all the rights for the fighting, like all the rights for the promotion. So आप अगर देखोगे अब these days in UFC fight, every fighter who is coming for fight is wearing Reebok clothes, Reebok accessories, the caps, and they're not allowed to wear anything other than Reebok branded clothes, accessories. So now they cannot make money from promotion. Also, all they can do is they can go feature in some video, or they can do separate promotion, but not in fight promotion. So they're not allowed to do any promotion in fight. So when they're entering a ring, they're coming for weighing. That time they're not allowed to wear anything, promote any different brand. But who is making money out of this? Obviously UFC, one else, not the players. Okay, as usual, मैं डिस्ट्रैक्ट हो गया था अपने उसमें हमेशा टॉपिक से. Look at the speed of Mayweather here. What was that? क्या था? Look, they were mostly hugging each other. Right? They're not fighting here. और इसके बाद कई सारे memes बने. How they're flirting each other in the arena. Watch some more and then move on. Because this is a very boring fight. You don't want to watch kind of fight. So एक लोग watch कर रहे हैं and I know who's the person who's watching. Look at The more McGregor, I'm a fan. I'll not talk. So recently, McGregor have named his UFC model. This last thing. This is last thing about McGregor. Then we'll move on because this is my first episode of Fight Friday, and I want to cover McGregor. I was his fan, a genuine fan. Because of him, I bought a couple of Reebok UFC branded T-shirts and all. Bad thing to do, but I still did it. So recently also basically, so if you don't know about the Mount Rushmore, is a architect masterpiece where they have like constructed different president, US president's face in the mountain. It's famous for that. Might have seen a lot of movies, you might have seen a lot of cartoons. Yeah. So agar so someone asked him in Twitter, Conor McGregor, if you have to name your Mount Rushmore, means it, the best fighters in UFC history, so who will be them? So he started with top pilot Anderson Silva. So Anderson Silva is the goat of the match, like UFC. वो बहुत पहले से आया और बहुत लेट तक रहा. It's a very old age. Also, he have beaten people badly. He deserved to be in this list. Mm, No disagreement. Totally against it. Who's number two? So first is Anderson Silva. Choose my across three divisions, the champion state is number two. Okay, so he is number two. Ah, he, that kind of attitude I'm talking about. I mean, अगर आपसे कोई पूछे कि फॉर एग्जांपल इफ कोई मुझसे पूछे अब तक क्यों रखूं तो मैं टॉप फोर कहीं पाता नहीं हूँ. लेट्स टॉक अबाउट द्रविड. लाइक अगर कोई द्रविड से पूछे कि अगर आपको करना हो टॉप फोर बेस्ट टेस्ट बैट्समैन इंडिया लाइक तो 90% चांसेस है कि वो अपना नाम उसको नहीं लेगा. 95% or 99% chances that he won't his name, take his name. But McGregor, right? First Silva, second me. Who else? And third is GSP George St. Pierre. He's a Canadian fighter. He, I mean, you cannot disagree with that. We'll cover him in the next Friday. Amazing fighter. And he had like lots of his up and down, like with UFC actually. He's coming UFC playing and then going back, coming on back. I think if you watch like if you're a WWE fan, probably you have seen the similar kind of relationship with uh, WWE and Goldberg. So McGregor posted GSP as number three. Yep, yep. And So John Jones. Uh, okay, so John Jones is his nickname is Bones, and he's also a really good MMA fighter. But uh, he was recently dropped because of I think some drug test, and he's back now. तो उसके साथ भी कुछ ना कुछ कंट्रोवर्सी चलती रहती है हमेशा. आना जाना चलता रहता है. बट number four, John. I think I'll go with John. Okay, this is the list from McGregor. What we got? We'll talk about this. Uh, Francis Ngannou, the latest heavyweight champion. So he had a fight 2 weeks back with Stipe Miocic. He beat that guy just 52 seconds. See if we can get a highlight of that match. कमेंट करो बताओ कि तुम्हें क्या पसंद क्या पसंद. Are you interested in boxing? Are you interested in kickboxing? Or are you interested in UFC? Actually, UFC में सब कुछ कर सकते हैं. You know, kickboxing, you can go and play. It's not limited sports. Sometimes it's like very interesting and very entertaining to watch. But कई कई बार ऐसा होता है कि you'll get bored. most of the matches. The finding right place really difficult. The old one. Okay, so this is their second fight.
Already is seeing a more patient Francis Ngannou. Beautiful low kick.
Steve Bay trains in a 24-foot, 25.
That's a win for Miocic.
Can you look at the blood in the ring? So it happens many times. Like अगर fight लग जाती है, you're not wearing any helmet, or you're not, and you're feeling the raw power of critical punch. And sometimes these guys are really powerful. Yeah, we will review their workout plan sometime. They are beasts. Like, even the person who is the 10th number is a beast. The ass of any person available, normal person, two or three person, normal person, there'll be shit out of them.
Early shot from Steve Bay.
This is big. This is a big this is actually a big thing. Wow. Big actually did the right thing on the defense. He was able to. Oh, look at this.
Big ground strikes here. Steve Bay in one of those.
Real trouble. Real trouble.
Oh, huge right Miocic. Able to survive for now.
So if you notice this, right? कि,
Miocic.
let me rewind a bit back. Okay,
Able to survive.
back to back.
Big ground
So
strikes
if you
here.
see, like he's holding him from back, like उसने उसको पीछे से पकड़ा हुआ है and throwing his punches from the front, like right and left side. So it worked in UFC because you're not having your boxing gloves and you can get the power from the small distance also, and you can just beat him. And, feel in the pain, so he will give up easily. But that's what happened when you put a UFC player without any practice or preparation in the boxing match. And if you notice, at the time, you can just go back to the Conor versus Mayweather match, and what you will notice over there, ki a lot of time, a lot of moment, McGregor was throwing similar kind of punches to Mayweather. Those punches won't hurt Mayweather like the way it does in UFC. But one more thing to notice here, कि अगर Mayweather McGregor से UFC रिंग में फाइट करता, there's 99% chances कि वो हार जाता. But if you know about Mayweather, he picks up his fight. So not earlier days, but these days he picks up his fight and he's picking up the right fights. You know where you're going to win, where you're going to lose. He's a smart guy, not a dumb.
Oh, huge right Miocic. Able to survive for now.
No, but this is not smart by Ngannou, trying to wrestle offensively. Wow, that was much improved defense by Francis Ngannou. And then back to being patient. That was beautiful.
Oh, head kick from Ngannou out of the southpaw stance.
Wow. Oh, I like that with the jab and then off the low kick and leave these big openings.
Whoa. Now he's in control. Now he's in control. Like अब उसको वो beat नहीं कर सकता. Like he's in totally control of the situation. Sheer power.
Finally calling the greatest heavyweight in the world.
You go into the fight with Ngannou, you go to sleep. Oh my goodness. Wow. That was nasty. That's as nasty as it ever gets. Oh my goodness.
So you always wait for these kind of fights, and it happens. Like बहुत से chances मिलता है ऐसी fights के, really होते हैं. But यही तो moment है जो बाद में आते हैं. So I think it will take some time for his next fight. Till now, Ngannou has Ngannou, I think, won 15 fights, lost 3, and there's no draw. Which is a good career score. And last 5 matches, he in all of them. Last के match तो जीता ही है. Lost with Derek Lewis. Okay. Oh wow. I didn't notice this. I didn't know that. So he only lost to Stipe Miocic because his first fight. This is the second fight he won. Okay. So if you don't know who is Alistair Overeem is, he's basically a giant. And that's it. If he if he's beating Alistair Overeem, is like really powerful. A normal person cannot even think to stand next to Alistair Overeem. So much powerful. Okay, let me just show you his of the videos. Yep. Uh, what is one? एक minute, guys. My phone, my laptop charge. Okay, okay, okay. So there's not many wrestlers who became a successful UFC fighters. I think Brock Lesnar is the most successful wrestler converted to a UFC fighter ever till the date. Few years back, even CM Punk tried it. And he was beaten like he tried it twice. Twice he was beaten. I don't think he's going to get any more. But it all depends on rating. So the thing is, they give chance to these kind of celebrities sometimes because they are already famous. It's like Floyd Mayweather picking a fight with Logan Paul, right? So Logan Paul is already a very huge social media celebrity, and any pay-per-view will uh, like all the promoters, all the coaches, all the people who participate will make a lot of money out of it, and that's the whole point of those kind of matches. CM Punk in his debut was making a lot of money, even though it was his first fight. Like generally, अगर आपकी पहली fight है UFC में, you won't be getting paid much. It's like when you proven after 2 3 fights, and they have also some benefits like fight of the week and different kind of prizes. तो बेसिकली ये प्राइजेस डेना वाइट ने इंट्रोड्यूस इसलिए किया था कि जब फाइट हो रही हो तो थोड़ा लोगों को मोटिवेशन हो कि इफ यू गिव अ गुड पीस दे वोंट हैव द मोटिवेशन to give a good fight or give a good fight so to make like a lot more money, right? So now they have make like different kind of sections कि अगर आप ऐसा करते हैं तो we'll give you more money, and so people are participating, they are trying to give the best, they're trying to win as uh, stylish as possible, so they'll get extra benefit. Suppose sometimes the extra benefits go up to 100K or 50K, and उनकी कई बार salary 10K 20K होती है, so you're getting 5 times of your salary. I think personally this is a good way uh, to make the payouts, because when you're giving too much money and the person who is in that corner going to fight, so he won't risk it. I mean, if I'm getting 100 million, I won't risk it to go out with a broken nose or a cut over my eye. It just doesn't make sense for me. But if I'm getting a lot of money or putting some more effort, probably I go and take some risk. I'll try some new moves. I'll go brutal in that fight, take hits, but I'll hit him back hardly. पर इसका साइड इफेक्ट क्या होता है कि साइड इफेक्ट क्या होता है कि यूएफसी फाइटर्स के लिए काफी बड़ा बात है. समटाइम्स उनको रिकवर होने में बहुत टाइम लगता है. I don't think we have time because we have some more topics to go to check how worst it can go. But if you like it, comment down. Uh, the next video will cover it out. Um, how worst the situation can go for a fighter, and you won't believe it. You won't believe it कि कितना बुरा हो सकता
Has defeated Brock Lesnar. All over it to the liver. And he
है.
jumped
Okay,
right into
boxer
the
two.
block.
So this is a fight between Lister Overeem and Markant, and by its shape and size, Markant doesn't look like like a fighter. Got a lot of fat. But the thing is, he's fighting in heavyweight, and sometimes when your height is not that back and you want to go to heavyweight, you will have to gain weight, right? And that weight come extra weight comes with the fat. But he's a really good fighter. उसके भी punches अगर आपको पड़ते हैं तो be able to survive. Name is strong. No, no, no. Okay, guys. तो हमें एक पॉल्यूशन लग चुका है, but uh, we won't be able to do a video anymore now. Okay, but going uh, back to reviews. Okay, so where were we? Okay, so रिदम बिगाड़ दिया है पूरा. मजा आया था. So we checked. We were talking about Lister over him, and we were watching his last greatest fight. We cannot anymore for now. It's okay. We'll likely just move to the next topic, which is Amanda. What? Amanda Linus Nunez. It's a very she's a very interesting character. Uh, Currently, she's the first woman to dominating two different weight categories, holding both the championship. Uh, and I don't know with fully armed chairman, talking about someone else here. Yeah. So this Chris Cyborg is literally a war machine. If you watch the fight of this lady, is literally a war machine. And when Amanda Nunes debuted, she had a fight of her career. When she won some, she lost some. She was not making that big name. उसके बाद the second comeback, like after Kat Zingano lost, like so she had a fight with Kat Zingano, and on 2014 she lost it. उसके बाद जब उसने रिटर्न बैक किया 2015 में, so she was like a totally different person. I mean, उसके बाद उसने ये स्पोर्ट्स का डोमिनेट किया है और कुछ नहीं किया है. No one is coming close to her now. After Kat Zingano. If you see, since the last fight with Kat Zingano, she's just in winning streak. Not a single match she lost. And Ronda Rousey. I mean, probably you have heard of Ronda Rousey in your past. There's a very good chances you have heard of Ronda Rousey in the past because she did movies. She are in WWE now, but not in UFC. I mean, uh, you can say she was the face of UFC at one time, and people were crazy about her. But now, not anymore. Uh, Basically उसका डाउनफॉल चालू हुआ था Holly Holmes के fight के साथ, and no one was expecting that she was going to win that match. But Holly Holm, Holly Holm, um, uh, not sure that I should play this, but uh, how this fight happened is कि basically Ronda made a lot of nuisance about it, कि how she's gonna beat shit out of Holly Holm, and it was a very hyped fight. Everyone was looking towards it. Everyone was looking after it. कि output क्या होगा? And 99 people are cheering for Ronda Rousey. Like no one thought that Holly Holmes have any chance in that match. But Holly Holmes ने जो वो match dominate किया था. I mean like um, she gave her like a what kind of kick is that? Like, Um, she had a very brutal ending of that fight. Like, Uh, everyone. So when you're cheering up for your fighter, when you're cheering up for your for a person, and that person lost like that, वो disappointment level काफी बढ़ गया था लोगों का. और क्या है, how can she perform like that? And after that, she had a fight with Amanda Nunes. And Amanda Nunes beat the shit out of her. And she did not a single moment it felt like she's gonna win the match or she's had any control over the match. Nunes dominated that match like anything. And similarly with Chris Cyborg match, like Chris Cyborg is a giant machine. I mean, he can beat shit out of any person, like any man, like any human, any person, not just a woman. Oh, and when the match started, actually, uh, in starting of that match, कहीं कहीं लग रहा था कि हाँ चलो, साइबॉग के पास chances हैं, she can come back, make a comeback, and she can win this match. But the moment Nunes started throwing her punches to her face, uh, there was no coming back, no coming back at that. And if you see, like last, is that all the matches is just a win for one Nunes, for single loss. Probably if you have time, you can go and check her out. You can check out the videos. Amazing fighter. Okay, from UFC, let's switch to boxing. And the first we have is I'm not gonna play this one. So basically, Logan Paul, as we already discussed, is a very huge celebrity social media, and he do weird stuff and he do good stuff also. I don't know. I've never watched him. I just heard things from people. I think this Logan Paul and his brother is both are into social media heavily. They do boxing also. I think Jake Paul have did some 2 or 3 fights recently and they won all of them. I'm not sure. So again, it's a gimmicky fight. It's not a real fight. I'll say it's a gimmicky fight like Mayweather versus McGregor. Right? That was a gimmicky fight. Everybody knows it's not going to be an interesting fight. It's not going to be a Mayweather versus a Manny Pacquiao fight. Right? If you have time, just watch that fight. For every round, you'll just stick to your system or you'll stick to monitor. That much interesting. But if you look at the Mayweather versus McGregor fight, it's just you lost interest in 2 seconds and you're going back to your work. Similarly, ये भी जो fight, it's pure gimmicky. It's just a way to make money. It will be highly hyped. It's going to be highly hyped, and there'll be a lot of social media stars will be involved in this. They'll be doing touring as they did, and I'm not sure whether in this pandemic time they'll be going to do a touring or not. But since they have postponed the date, I'm assuming they are going to do some touring and hype this thing heavily. ताकि सारी tickets बिक जाएं and they'll make a lot of money. And then it's going to be a puny fight, throwing random punches. I'm not excited about this fight, but like Mayweather is a good fighter, but boxer, but he's now 40 plus or something, and not like that. There's no, uh, not like कि अगर आप 40 plus हो तो you cannot box. You have examples like George Foreman who fought in his 50s and 60s, I think the 50s, and he was not dominating, but he still was a big guy, so he beat the shit out of the competitors, and 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 that is after he took a break from his career. He became priest or something. I don't know. Like he started doing social activities a lot. I think he got involved with churches a lot. Uh, उसके बाद he make a comeback. Uh, I think it's some money crisis. He wanted to make some money. That's why he did a comeback. But he's legend. Like if you're a boxing fan, you should know about George Foreman. At his prime, no one was close to him. No one was close to him. I think he gave a good fight to Muhammad Ali. I think he did not right. It was like yeah, this is happening in Congo. I think this fight was organized by King. King was one of the very famous name in U.S. boxing history, or probably I'll say boxing history. He was not a boxer; he was a promoter, but he made a lot of money out of boxers. He promoted Muhammad Ali, promoted Mike Tyson. At one point of time, all the big heavyweight boxers were under King. So no matter who is winning, who is losing, at the end of the game, King was making a lot of money, huge lot of. Okay, who's the organizer of this fight? No, what was it? I think. Anyways, so sorry, not George Foreman. The Mayweather is now 44 years old, and Logan Paul is 26-year-old. So this is an uneven fight, first of all, in two ways. First way is Mayweather have a very huge experience advantage over Logan Paul, and Logan Paul have an advantage over the age. Uh, but there are people like Manny Pacquiao who fought at 42 or 40s, and half of the people of their age and and won it. But the difference is he fought a real fighter. So if you see Manny Pacquiao last fight, it happened with Keith Thurman. So if you see Keith Thurman's ranking, I mean he's not a like a normal player, like a very underdog. He's a good player, Keith Thurman. He was counted as like one of the good best boxers. I think इसकी ranking क्या है Keith Thurman की? Okay, he lost only one match, okay, and that too from Manny Pacquiao. Like, means after, before and after, like, there's no after match, and before all of the matches he won, all of the matches he won. In on those 29 matches, 22 were KOs. That's a huge thing. That's a big thing. 22 KOs. I think they close आता है Gervonta Davis. If you see 62 matches, Manny Pacquiao ने जीते हैं आज तक, and he did for 71 bouts till now. Wow. At this age, and he's still planning to do one more match. I think probably planning to do it. Ryan Garcia. I have no idea whether it will happen or not. What's the status of that? But वो भी I mean, Ryan Garcia is a boxer, is a good boxer, but मुझे ये बहुत ही hyped match लगता है, like social media पे uh, this is also a money match. Okay, a dream to add the disaster Ryan Garcia. What happened to this match? I was hearing rumor that Ryan Garcia is going to fight Manny Pacquiao, so Ryan Garcia announced the word that he would be fighting before an announcement to contrary from auditor. So it's happening or not? Light was high also. And the was and different cars and early market. It's also better than okay, so it's not finalized yet. But I will like to see instead of Ryan Garcia versus Benny Pacquiao, probably another round of Keith Thurman and Benny Pacquiao, because Keith Thurman is a better boxer than Ryan Garcia is at current stage. And I don't think they wanted Davis is going to play, like, going to have a fight with Manny Pacquiao. So, Gervonta Davis is the current world champion. If you don't know about Manny Pacquiao, is like one of the greatest boxer of all the time. He have the record to. I think he won the belts world championship in 8 different weight classes, which is I think the highest for any boxer till now. It's really hard to cut or gain your weight and fluctuate your weight sizes to for different categories and retaining the strength basically. If you see the cutoff of UFC fighters and boxers before their matches, it's crucial. It's like very brutal, like the way they do it, the pain they go through a day or day before weighing in. Sometimes boxers just start falling off from the stage uh, due to lack of their alkaline water, what is it called it? Vitamins and all.
Number 10. Wentz bereft the scales at £141.7, which is more than £5 over the limit for
Oh,
a
not
non-title.
this one. So this is like about uh, people are making the failing to make the weight, but we are talking about when the side effects of cutoff. Okay, I'll probably like keep the videos next time ready. We won't go to the policy audition now anymore. I'll do it one different ways. So write it down uh, and play it up. Uh, but basically, and you can do it yourself, right? You can just do a simple search and you can see the face, like how brutally it affected the different players, the cutoff. It's not good for your health, not that's good for your organs, the cutoff. It's just for your and mine entertainment. They go through this pain because they can earn some money out of it, which is, if you think, it's really bad thing to do, like, because we kind of living in old ancient Rome, like where people were fighting and killing each other to the fun entertainment of the public. That's what we're doing right now. People are fighting for us, fighting in the cages, the rings, for our entertainment. If, if you've watched WWE or wrestling any point of time in your life, you have seen the way they fight, right? I mean, आज के दिन में if you देखोगे तो it's still sophisticated, but when WWE was WWF, it was more brutal. Uh, the cages match, the Hell in a Cell match where people are falling from the top of the cell to the ring. It's like probably 10 to 12 feet height, and they're coming via steel cage. So they will throw them on top of steel cage and they fall down to the ring. I mean, the amount of pain they feel, and then again they're fighting for 30 minutes, 40 minutes, which is fighting 30, 40 minutes. Even if it's a fake fighting, it's tough thing to do. अगर आप मुझे believe नहीं करते हो, go tomorrow and probably do a shadow boxing for 10 minutes or do a shadow wrestling for 10 minutes. You understand how tough it is. Gervonta Davis. This is the guy. Uh, I watched his last match with Santa Cruz, and it was a hyped match, but it was a pro boxing match. Like both are a really good boxer, and it was a title match, right? It was belt match. It was for the Super World Featherweight Champion. Uh, and no, so Santa Cruz is a good boxer. It's like he's an amazing boxer. No way he's a bad boxer. But Gervonta Davis is a beast in ring. Like if you see him in normal life, you won't feel this guy can be this much uh, like hyper aggressive in the ring. He's very aggressive in the ring. He don't believe in defense that much. The way he, kill, he literally kills his enemies. And Abhi, he's under Floyd Mayweather. Uh, so basically, Floyd Mayweather is promote कर रहा है, now he'll making money out of it. Promoters make a lot of money without playing. That's the brutal truth of boxing business. King is a prime example. Uh, uh, in history, like in early days, probably he was known as a good person. I don't know, but like, if you look back in the history, you will see the dark or the grayish character of King. Everyone knows him for his bad deeds. No one recognizes this for a good thing he did, and I don't even see the like, I don't want to see that in the history chapters you'll find any good thing about it. So he was totally a money oriented person. और when you're अगर आप बड़े बड़े बॉक्सर को ठग के पैसे कमा रहे हैं, they cannot do anything about you since you're really powerful. I mean, he cheated Mike Tyson, Mike Beast Tyson. And that guy bite the ear off of another player. Right? Have you seen that video? He literally bite off the ear of Holyfield. Oh yeah. What really happened? Go back.
Holyfield is very unhappy. Look at this. Some nasty stuff in there. There needs to be a
The Joe Rogan experience.
Yeah, here it is. Here it is. Just a moment back.
Oh, and some nasty stuff in there. There needs to be a bite almost. Oh, and some nasty stuff in there. There needs to be a bite almost.
This guy was monster at his peak, and he came back. He's coming back. He's fighting now. He's 50. I think this is one of the boxer to watch over there. So I'm not sure how much I can play his videos. But he's amazing at his ring. Totally different level. I'll probably watch his next fight. Okay. Okay, guys. So it's already 11:30, and today we started on time. We'll be ending on time, and we'll be ending stream in a minute. Uh, I don't see any viewers, so basically, if someone's watching, they can comment down their favorite boxer, their favorite MMA fighter, and we'll bring more exciting content next Friday. Um, so have a good weekend.